Alright, so I was going to do this like intro bit about how I really like some of the smaller stuff that has been coming to the Nintendo eShop as of late, but you don't want to hear that. You just want to get right into the game recommendations. So, if you like this type of content, do consider hitting the like and subscribe button. And without further ado, here are 5 eShop games that I definitely think are worth your consideration. Let's get into it.
Okay.
First up is Spongebob Squarepants, Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. This is an HD remake of the beloved 2003 3D platformer. If you've never played this game before, you might have some reservations because it is a licensed SpongeBob game. But trust me, this is an exception to the stereotype of licensed games. It's a solid collect-a-thon 3D platformer with fun references for fans of the show, the characters are fun to play, and it's really quite faithful to the source material, at least for the first couple seasons when this game was initially launched. Besides the obvious graphical updates, they did add a new multiplayer mode that was originally cut from the 2003 release. And honestly, it could have been left out as it's not that great, but it is cool that they added it in, especially since this is a budget title at $30. With the campaign and added multiplayer mode, you definitely get your money's worth. Many reviews for the Switch version of this game seem to have a lot of technical issues, but it seems to be fixed after its day one patch. At least, personally for me, I have not run into any issues so far, and I've put several hours into the game already. Whether it's for nostalgic purposes or if you're just looking to add a new game to your library, definitely check this game out. If you're looking to add a cool free game to add to your list, check out Ninjala. In this game, you create your own ninja and partake in Battle Royale style matches of up to 8 players, and you score points by defeating your opponents, obtaining items, destroying drones, performing finishing knockout moves, etc. The player who earns the most points over the course of the match is the winner. The tutorial does a decent enough job at giving you like the bare essentials, but I found myself having to look up things on YouTube quite a bit. Nonetheless, this is a very fun, free multiplayer game with kind of a cute Splatoon-esque art style, and I think many people will enjoy this. There is a story mode DLC on sale for about $5 right now if you're looking for something more single player based. I have not personally tried it, but it's probably not that bad for $5. Up next, we have Star Wars Racer. When I heard this game was getting a port to the Switch, I was super excited. Originally released in 1999, I had this game on the N64, and they reported this game to the Switch in all of its blocky pod racing glory. And the game surprisingly has aged pretty well since the N64 days. You pick your choice of character, participate in different tournaments and circuits, and unlock new racers along the way, while also upgrading your pod racers. I will say this game probably is a bit pricey for some, especially since it's a simple report and it does lack online multiplayer. But it has a solid campaign mode and the split screen multiplayer is still there from the original game, and this is a fun title for all Star Wars fans and racing fans alike. Okay, so honestly, I'm a little conflicted recommending this next title. It wasn't exactly my cup of tea, but I know others out there might really enjoy it, so I'll mention it anyway. The Ottoman Empire is a third-person objective-based arena shooter. The game has a campaign mode and a split-screen mode, with online multiplayer said to be coming in the near future. It's very reminiscent of the Xbox and PS2 era style of games in terms of like the arena combat. I also get some minor Splatoon vibes with the water mechanics and jetpacks. Its campaign is pretty bare minimum in terms of plot. You basically just have to stop a mad scientist and defeat all of his creations, but the shooting and traverse mechanics are really a good time, and they're fun enough for both campaign and local multiplayer that I can see a lot of people really getting into this game. My gripe is that it's a little bit on the pricey side for what it offers, but if you can get it on sale or once it adds the online multiplayer functionality, it might definitely be worth picking up then. Okay, so this last one on the list is the Digerati Indie Darling Volume 3 Bundle. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm currently only recommending this because it's on a good sale right now, and for that sale price, it has a lot of good content to offer. This is a bundle that is a collection of indie games, including Omega Strike, which is a Metroidvania, Shiki Soul Eater, which is a shoot-'em-up with a variety of game modes like arcade, hardcore, and local co-op. You have Nefarious, which is a 2D action platformer where you get to instead play as the villain. Those games are fun, but the big highlight for me was 1979 Revolution Black Friday. This is an interactive drama taking place during the Iranian Revolution. You play as a photographer who, in order to survive, needs to make quick decisions that determine the outcome of the plot. Throughout the game, you take in-game photos, and it kind of gives you the history of the events going on around you. Graphically, it's not a very pretty game, but it definitely makes up for it with its amazing, heartfelt story. It's really worth getting into and going into it as blind as possible, so no spoilers here, but for me, this game is just really what makes the whole bundle worthwhile. My only real concern is that the eShop claims that the regular price is like $50, and I'm not so sure if that's worth the cost at that price point, but then again, you do still get a lot of good amount of real solid indie titles, so perhaps it's just me being cheap, but yeah. Currently at its sale price of, I think it's like $8 or so, definitely worth getting there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Those are 5 eShop games that I personally recommend checking out and getting for your Nintendo Switch. I know with the current state of the Nintendo Switch eShop, it's kind of difficult to navigate and try to discover new content that might be interesting for you. These are just some of the games that I personally found and that I think are interesting, but I would really love to hear your thoughts and recommendations for other games that you may have checked out or tried yourself for the Nintendo Switch. If you have any personal recommendations or there are other games that you would like me to check out, let me know in the comments down below. But with that out of the way, that about does it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, as always, so much for checking out the video and checking out the channel. If you like this video, please do hit the thumbs button. If you disliked it, hit the thumbs down button, as it does help us know what to make next in the future. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell icon to stay up to date on everything we are doing. We release new videos every Monday and Friday, as well as live stream every Wednesday night, usually around 9 p.m. Central Time. Feel free to hit us up on any of our social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. But that's seriously enough rambling on me. Thank you again so much for watching. My name is Blake, and for all things tech, games, movies, and other nerdy things in between, be sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.